Hi everyone, this is Christy with the Crafty Maven Getaway. My first video, everyone. I'm so excited to be a part of this really exciting new adventure. So today for you, my video is just a layout. It's a 12 by 12 layout for you. I found inspiration on YouTube, sorry, not YouTube, on Pinterest, as I always do. Normally I can't even start a layout without going on to Pinterest. So if you notice a lot of things like that, it's totally a good idea to try. Go on to Pinterest, see what you can find, get inspired, and then start. If you're in a rut, always a great idea. But what you're seeing is I am going through and trying to decide what collection I want to use. I really wanted to try and use up. I have this Dear Lizzie collection I've had forever, and I was just trying to get it used up, but it doesn't end up working. Instead, I go with the Stitch collection by Amy Tan because, you know, the colors are soft enough, but yet they're not girly colors. So it worked really well for considering my boy is a boy. And so that's all you're seeing me do right now. I'm just kind of flipping through all that. The picture, though, I want to talk about the picture. So this is a picture of my son in February of this year, and I changed his bum, went and threw away the diaper, came back, and there were wipes everywhere. I have no idea how he managed to pull out every single wipe that fast and just like threw them around. Like, it was just crazy. And so I look at him and I was like, Jackson, are you supposed to be doing that? And he just starts laughing and laughing and laughing at me. It was the priceless moment. And at the time, he was only, well, he would have been 13 months at the time. So, yeah, it cracked me up. I just cannot believe my silly little boy. So this is what the story is about, is just how, boys are boys sometimes, and man, was he quick when it came to that. And I have to say that since then, now it's how I get him to change his bum sometimes, because he does not want to sit still. So I just hand him the bag of wipes so he can play with them. So at least I learned something from it. Anyways, so back to the layout. What you're seeing me do is I am trimming the piece of paper that I mounted my picture on so that it will become a rectangle. And then I'm going to use my other two pieces of paper that I decide on, and I just layer them to fit on the right hand side, and that there's squares. Of course, with my style, I don't know if you've seen my other videos, but I am obsessed with layering my photo with a piece of tissue paper or a paper bag, anything. So that's what you're seeing right now. So now that I have that all figured out and how I want it to be with the tissue paper, I line up my pattern papers. So at the very bottom, I'm going to use this really pretty yellow, it's tone on tone yellow polka dot, one of my favorite out of this whole collection from Amy Tan. And then at the top I use, it's red and white, and it's an off stripe. So it would be a stripe if everything moved up an inch, so it's off. That's what I call it there. I then decide that the top needs to have a corner thing, and at first I was going to use the yellow, and I was trying to use yellow because I was tying it in with the inspiration piece for this week, which is these really pretty pillows, and I put it at that's the first thing you saw when you saw the intro. So I loved that. So I was trying to tie in yellow, but in the end I decided it wasn't really working. It didn't really fit with what I wanted to do. So instead I'm going to use this cloud paper. And this cloud paper is so dreamy, and it's just absolutely perfect for a little boy page. And at first I cut the wrong corner. I was not thinking, and so I had to go back and cut the top corner. So that's what you're seeing me do right now. I do try to use that yellow as well, but it just doesn't end up making it onto the layout. I was going to do a cross corner, and it wasn't working. So I scratched that idea, and instead I decided to work on my title and doing the embellishments. So I'm going to add these three tags, tabs, whatever you want to call them here, I do a tone on tone with the yellow, and then I take that piece of cloud corner paper that I have, and I'm going to just add a little bit of adhesive, and I'm only going to let you see the writing, and the rest of the white part is going to get covered up with the paper. And I love the way that that turns out. It's just a little extra something there that a lot of times you wouldn't see. Normally it's just a corner. There's no words added to it or anything like that. So I do add that there. And then the last is the red. So there's red on red. But I have to tell you, I have a hard time deciding where red should go. I don't use a lot of red. It's not really one of my favorite colors. It is my boys' favorite colors. They both, Jackson and Sean, both really like red, but I do not. So and when I say boys, I mean like my hubby and my little boy. Should probably clarify that. I don't have two children. I only have one. So there you go. You see me doing putting that down, and I had a hard time, but I do like the way that it looks, so I'm happy I added it. I then add just one little extra thing to my picture, and it's just one of these photo overlays, and so I just put that there because it just was a little extra something to bring your bring your eye to the picture. Sorry, my words are all tangled up right now, guys. So I'm gonna work on my title, and I simply title it You. And the reason why is I'm going to add 2 spots of journaling, and the first one is just a poem that I add, and then the second, and you'll see that at the very end. And the second one is a whole bunch of journaling talking about what he did in the story, and that I do as hidden journaling. And I'm going to pause my video in a second to let you see how I do that and how I attach it. So to add just a little bit more to my title, I'm adding this little one banner sticker and another little tab that I had, and I play around with where I want it to go, but it does end up in the end right next to the title, so it becomes a part of the title. And there you go. You see me put that there. So now I'm going to show you how I do my hidden journaling. Okay, guys, sorry about the messy desk and everything. I just wanted to quickly show you how I deal with hidden journaling hiding in the back of my layout. So my layout's not done. I still have some more embellishing I would like to do. But I did write down my journaling, and this is not that it's hidden, like it is nothing that needs to be hidden. It's just talking about how one day I changed Jackson's bum, went and threw away his diaper, came back, and he had literally pulled out every single wet wipe of a brand new package. And I just thought it was funny, and there was nothing to be mad at. It was fun. He played a good time with it. So anyways, that's the story. It's nothing to be hidden. It's just that it's long enough that I didn't want to add it onto this layout because I'm making it a little bit more cleaner. And I kind of want to use a quote probably in this section. So that is why it's hidden. Okay, so let me show you. I flip over my layout, and I have 2 of these. I haven't decided which one I want to use, but that's okay. So what I do is I find a glossy bag that this will fit in. And it is a little snug, but I do prefer that actually. And then I slide it all the way down because that's where I want it to be. And then I just simply trim the trim. You could do whatever you want with this. This is probably not enough for me to keep, but because of this really fun edge, I might keep it. So anyways, whatever you would do with that. I then slide this out, and because I want it to stick a little bit out, I'm going to trim just a tiny bit more off. Super easy, right? And then all you have to do is grab some washi. You don't really care if it gets used up or not. And this is also where you would probably decide what one you want. And so I'll just kind of show you. So I'm going to slide this back in here. So you see how now there's this nice little area, so I can... Sorry guys, my mother-in-law sent me a text, and
made it so that my filming stopped. So I've already done it, but I'm just going to show you again. You would staple whichever one you wanted to use for the pullout, and then you use your adhesive for the bottom side of it to tape it down. And then just to reinforce, I just add a little bit of washi so that when this slides in, and it will slide in really easily, it goes like that. And when I decide which one I want, it'll go like that. So really easy, really easy. But I just wanted to show you how I do hidden journaling because I always do it like that. So, all right, back to
bring the layout closer to the camera so you can see the quote that I used. And the quote simply says, "There are two gifts we should give our children. One is roots and the other is wings." I thought that was very fitting because at that moment I was giving Jackson wings to be able to do some freedom and have some fun. The last little bit that I do is add a little bit of a banner there, and then that's about it, guys. I do a little bit of stitching, and I don't think you see it, but maybe in the close-ups, and I add a date stamp as well above that little red tag. It says day, month, year, and so instead of writing it in, I just use a roller date, and that's it. Thanks so much for watching my first video for the Crafty Maven Getaway, and I will be back on Sunday because I am going to be in the spotlight on Sunday. So stay tuned for that, and also check out Teresa because she did a video as well today. Bye everyone!